A very good evening, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Welcome back in the Jfsc. It is the Dad's Super Cup this time, and it is the Jbcn United up against Somaiya. Well, the news from the center is that the Jbcn United have won the toss and elected to field first, wanting to chase a total here. They will try to restrict the opposition to a decent low total, which they can chase it down quite comfortably. So Somaiya with the bat first, and it is going to be Parag and Anish to open the innings. Parag will take strike, and the leg side will be the shorter side to Parag, the right hander, and the bowler is Brijesh, opening with the new ball here. So we are all set here for ball number one, everything in readiness, and the umpire says play. And straight away he's picked that one up on the leg side. What a beautiful start to the game. That has taken everyone by surprise here. Absolutely smoked that one through the leg side, and a six to start the innings and the game. So we are expecting a lot of fireworks today, and the first one off the bat of Parag. Superbly hit this one. So a good comeback this by Brijesh, bowling a dot delivery after being hit for a six of the very first. And once again, a good delivery that one. So back to back dot deliveries this time for Brijesh. Now the wicketkeeper is up, and he stuck that one ever so well. That will race away to the boundary. The second boundary of the innings. A bright start this one for Parag. Just nudging that one on the leg side. The fine leg fielder was very fine and taking full advantage of that one. So already into the double figures inside this first over. And Brijesh not so happy with himself. It seems like Parag has come out in a different mood today altogether. This time a shorter one and played straight to the fielder at mid-off. And once again, he's just picked that one up and it's gone all the way once again. It's the second six of the innings already, just in this first over. Superbly hit through the leg side once again, getting a lot of height and comfortably clearing the distance as well. So at the end of the first over, now it is 16 without a wicket for the Somaiya. Just the kind of the start that they wanted after losing the toss. So for the first time, it is going to be Anish on strike, and he is going to face Anay, who will come around the wicket to the left-hander. And straight away, a very good delivery first up for him, keeping it inside the tram line. And Anish asking for a wide, but the umpire not interested. So will be interesting to see how does Anish approach his innings here after the kind of the start that Parag has given. And trying to take that quick single to give Parag the strike back, but Adana's raw delivery here now. So they need a tight over here, desperately, the JBCN United. Once again, played straight to the fielder at point, so not quite able to find the gaps at the moment. And he doesn't seem to be the kind of the player who would want to take the aerial route just like Parag did in the very first over. And he's taking his time out there, and he's open to playing second fiddle in this partnership. This time it struck the pad, a huge appeal, and the umpire straight away says no. The ball just angling down the leg side, and Anish survives. So a very good piece of bowling this so far in this over. The fourth consecutive dot delivery, and trying to put some pressure on the batting side at the moment, the JBCN United. After winning the toss, electing to field first, and this time it's flicked the pad and it's beaten the wicketkeeper and has gone racing away to the boundary. So just not what the JBCN United needed, and four welcome runs in this over. It doesn't matter how do they come. Anish yet to get off the mark, but he gets those four leg buys in and keeps the scoreboard moving. So it's been an excellent over so far by Vinay. Just the four runs, which also have come off a leg by, and once again nudged on the leg side straight to the fielder. So a maiden over first up for Vinay, and at the end of the second now it is 20 without a wicket. Neil is coming to the attack. They have changed the bowling after conceding 16 in the very first. An off spinner coming now to Parag. Once again, he's just hit that one ever so hard and he's beaten the fielder there. Another boundary for him. He is in a different mood out there. He has hit the bottom of the bat there. Still the ball just racing away to the boundary, beating the fielders. Going right through the fielder at mid-off. So the runs keep on coming when Parag is on strike. This time a thick inside edge and very close to hitting the stumps. And a single taken this time. So the first single of the innings. So it will bring Anish back on strike, who is yet to get off the mark. And now the angle will not favor him, up against the right hand off spinner. And he's nudged that one on the leg side, wanting to take that swing, quick single, and wanting to get off the mark. But he's taking his time out there. 7 dot deliveries for him. Just having a conversation now with Parag. Once again, wanting to nudge that one on the leg side, but played straight back to the bowler. This time, he's played it down the ground. He's beaten the fielder there at mid-on, and he gets a boundary in. So finally, he's off the mark, Anish. He's taken his time out there. And this time, very close to finding the outside edge. But another dot delivery. Wanting to drive that one through the offside. And very close to finding the outside edge of the bat. So Vinay continuing after bowling that maiden over. And for the first time, he is up against Parag. Parag, who is striking the ball beautifully at the moment. 21 of just 9 for him. And this time, very close to finding the outside edge. The wicketkeeper is pretty close to the stumps. This time, it's picked up on the leg side. Won't quite carry to the fielder. Another single for Parag. And Vinay continuing to keep things tight. That's the first run that he's conceded off the bat. And this time, a big swing and a miss will be given as a wide, offering a lot of room to the left hander. So, trying to keep the scoreboard ticking at the moment. Parag back on strike here. 22 of just 11 for him, and once again wanting to pick that one up on the leg side, but it definitely wasn't the delivery to be picked up. Missing that one complete and very close to the stumps there. A Yorker and delivery this time, and the bat hitting the ground, and the ball just bouncing off the track there. And another dot delivery here for Vinay. Vinay has conceded just the 3 runs in his 1.5 overs. One more to come in the second. And it seems like it does not matter who is facing him right now. Once again nudged on the leg side, played straight to the fielder at square leg, and a single taken across. So just the 4 runs of the over once again. And at the end of the fourth now, Somaiya are 33 without a wicket. Anshuman will continue in this fifth over, and a bit of a misfield chance of a run out maybe. Well, Anish made it back on time. This time hit hard, and he's found the gap once again. Another boundary here. Superbly timed once again. And another boundary for Parag, who keeps the scoreboard ticking. Once again hit hard, and once again he finds the gap to perfection. Another boundary for Parag, and he's raced on to 31 now. That's the second boundary of the over once again. Superbly timed this time. This time picked up on the leg side, and luckily for Parag, he didn't quite carry to the fielder, and not the best of the throws by the fielder. Another single taken. So it brings Anish back on strike now. This time nudged on the offside, and he's found the gap once again. This time Anish in on the act. And this partnership going along superbly well at the moment for Somaiya. Just placing that one through the offside. Superbly carved through. And this time he defends it. So another dot delivery to end the over. Three boundaries of the over in the end, 13 coming off it. At the end of the fifth, now it is 46 without a wicket. And this time Parag once again, he's just picked that one up on the leg side and it's gone all the way. superbly hit once again. He's showing a lot of power out there. Once again, just muscling the ball through the leg side. That's his third six on the leg side. And that will also bring the 50 up as well for Somaiya. Have a look at that. A shot you will want to watch over and over again. And the score moves on to 52 now in the sixth over, just inside this power play. This time he's hit that one down the ground. And it's gone away to the boundary once again. The fielder getting across but couldn't quite stop that one. What an amazing start to this over as well for Somaiya. Already 10 off it, just the two deliveries in. And the score moves on to 56 now. What a good partnership this is. This time an edge. It's gone high in the edge. Chance. He couldn't quite hold on to that one. And the ball once again races away to the boundary as well. A misfield at the boundary line too. What a huge over this is turning out to be. That was a chance. Well, never easy running backwards. Very difficult to collect. And now even Vinay is going for the cleaners. He bowled a made in his very first, and now he's giving it back to them. 46 or just 20 deliveries there for Parag. He's really enjoyed himself out there today. He's found the edge. It's gone over everybody, and that's gone racing away to the boundary too. That will be his half century. 50 of just 21 deliveries. Well, he does not know it yet because the scoreboard is not really working out there. What an amazing half century. Now he realizes that he's got to a half century. What an outstanding innings this has been. Just inside this power play, he's got his own half century. He scored the most of the runs in this innings, 50 out of the 64. And you got to say it has been a one-way traffic so far in the favor of Somaiya in this game. This time, not quite middling that one. And that's the fourth boundary of the over, to 18 of it already. Two more to come. He's picked this one up once again. Well, the result will be the same for him through that leg side. He is really enjoying himself out there now. What an excellent power play this has been for Somaiya. And the Jbcn United have their heads down already in this game. We are witnessing a special innings here by Parag. So this time a single taken, and that will close out the over at the end of the sixth over. Now Somaiya are 71 without a wicket. So the fielding restrictions have now been uplifted. There will be 5 fielders allowed outside the inner ring, and it seems like it does not matter to Parag at the moment because once again he's gone for a big swing towards the leg side. Well, any boundary is very small for him, and that is exactly what he is proving at the moment. Continuing with the onslaught, this time just misses out on the very first delivery of the over. Munish bowling this over. Once again hit hard, but this time he will find the fielder at long on. So it brings Anish back on strike here, who is still in the single digits at the moment, 9 of 13 for him, playing second fiddle in this partnership. But the important thing that he has stayed out there with his partner. This time hit back to the bowler and superbly well done in the end, and the ball just hitting the stumps. So another dot delivery up against Anish, and at the moment the JBCN United will be mightily relieved to see Parag off strike. Parag with his quick fire 57 or just 25, strike rate of more than 250. Finally he connects one outside the inner circle and takes the single and gives Parag the strike back. Well, that is his job at the moment. Once again hit hard, and he finds the fielder at long on, Parag, and Munish will be happy. There is just a single and just the 3 runs of the over, a decent one this for the JBCN United, And at the end of the seventh, now it is 74 without a wicket. This time the ball just skidding through the surface. Jenil continuing here. He gave away the 9 runs in his very first and starts off with a dot delivery this time. Well, not sure what Parag isn't happy about at the moment. And it seems like the ball was legitimate in the end. And we continue. This time a big swing and a miss. This time played hard towards the fielder on the leg side. So not quite able to get the boundaries after the end of the power play at the moment. Just the one run of this over so far. Keeping things nice and tidy at the moment, the Jbcn United. Creeping back into this game. And brings Anish back on strike, who has been struggling somewhat out there. Scored just the 10 runs and a 16 deliveries. And this time charging down the track. And he finds the fielder at long off. This time a huge appeal, very close to the stumps once again, but will be given as a wide by the umpire, going down the leg side. So that will make it 3 of the over. Not quite able to get the boundaries in at the moment, Parag. Struggling up against the spinners. And this time he's just slapped that one through the offside, and he finds the gap on this occasion. So finally he gets that boundary he was searching for. And he's continuing in a different mood out here. This time trying to go big through the leg side and a slight bit of inside edge. He finds the boundary once again. He's beaten the fielder out there at deep mid wicket, wanting to take the aerial route straight down the ground. But another boundary for Parag, and that closes out another over. And at the end of the eighth, now it is 85 without a wicket for Somaiya. seems like they have retired out Anish. He was struggling out there a lot, and maybe the management has thought that they have had enough, and it will be Amit to come in now at number 3 with his side in a very good position at the moment. Well, not sure about the decision that was made up against Anish, but we continue here. 85 for 1 then, and Amit starts off with a dot delivery up against Munish. This time charging down the track, he's picked that one up, and it's a catch dropped. Well, that should have been the second wicket, but instead Amit gets off the mark. Well, he's taken 3 deliveries for that, picking that one up through the offside, finding the fielder straight down his throat. Not sure why he couldn't quite hold on to that one. That was an easy chance and should have been taken. So Parag continuing to smash it around. He finds the fielder on the leg side on this occasion. This time a swing and a miss, a huge appeal, and it's been given. Well, he has been stumped. So Amit, who was brought in for Anish, well, the trick hasn't quite worked here for Somaiya, and they're 2 down now. 87 for 2 after 8.5. Missing that one completely. A slightly shorter one this time by Munish. Smartly bowled, and good glove work there, done there by the wicket keeper. And once again, a huge appeal, and Munish is just begging for that one, and the umpire just says no in the end. Hardik coming in here, and his very first delivery faces a dot delivery. An excellent over by Munish coming to an end. Well, that looked very close to the naked eye as well. Maybe just a bit of a height. It was on the back foot, it has hit above the knee roll. And an excellent over, Munish coming to an end. Just the 2 runs and the wicket at the end of the ninth. Now it is 87 for 2 for Somaya. So a change in the bowling once again. It's going to be Bhavik now in this 10th over. And they're right back into this one at the moment, the JBCN United. A couple of tight overs and few wickets here. One of a retired out and then a catch. A stumping, in fact. Well, that is what T20 game is all about. But this time, he's picked that one up once again. Well, it's not going to bother Parag at all at the moment. He's moved into the 70s with a lovely shot once again through the leg side. This time the ball just keeping low and it is all muscle in the end once again. Once again superbly hit through the leg side. Well, the boundary is so short that it's very difficult for the fielders out there at the boundary line as well to react. This time trying to nudge that one and a bit of a misfield will allow them to get across for the single. So going along superbly well at the moment. And this time a huge appeal and the umpire not interested. Just finding the edge of the glove. In fact, it is given of the pad and is given as a leg by the umpire. So 93 the score now, and they look set to score somewhere in excess of 200 at the moment, especially with the way Parag is going on. Parag 73 of just 35, once again on strike now. Well, we all know he's thinking only one thing at the moment. A huge appeal this time. Didn't quite hit the pad as well. It was off the bat. An excellent Yorker delivery. This time nudged on the leg side. Another single taken. So an excellent over once again, a decent one for the JBCN United at the end of the 10th. Now it is 94 for 2 as we head into a short drink break. And we will be having a look at the boundaries once again. We have seen a plenty of those. That's the very first ball of the innings. Superbly hitting it through the leg side. The longest six coming of the first delivery of the innings. We had three of them in the very first over. This one was nudged nicely past the fielder at fine leg. A lot of highlights already in this innings. 94 the score and most of the boundaries coming off the bat of Parag. As you can see, once again, this time finding a lot of distance on that delivery. Well, such is the power of the man, beating the fielders with ease. And that has been the kind of the story at the moment up against Parag. So Akshay continuing, and he's been dispatched for another boundary. Well, a change of hands, but no change of fortunes. Parag continuing in similar fashion. Once again hitting that one hard, a cross-batted shot through the leg side towards the cow corner region this time. So Parag moves on to 78 now, and he's eyeing a century at the moment, getting ever closer to that one. This time picked up chance of a catch, maybe the fielder's getting underneath that one, and he couldn't quite get underneath completely. It just bounced in front of him and raced away for another boundary. He's moved into the 80s now, and that will also bring the 100 up for Somaiya. 102 for 2 in just the 11th over. And it does not matter who is the bowler, he is going to go after everyone. 82 of just 39 for him. He scored more than 80% of the runs at the moment for Somaiya. And this time slightly short on the leg side, trying to swing that one, and a wide delivery given. This time a big swing and a miss. So finally he is beaten. Parag continuing to have a swing at everything at the moment. This time ducking that one on the leg side straight to the fielder at fine leg. And just a single on this occasion. So taking a single of the fifth delivery of the over. In fact, the fourth one. One of them was a wide. And already 10 of it once again. And brings Hardik back on strike, who is yet to get off the mark at the moment. So no change in the field for him. Everyone at the boundary line in front of him. Nobody at the boundary line behind square. And he's played that one in the cow corner region and nicely fielded there by the long on fielder. Both the fielders converging and backing up each other nicely. So a single, and it gives Hardik the first run of his innings. He gets off the mark of his third delivery. Just the one more delivery left now in this over. And we'll be interested to see how does Parag approach this one. It's a flighted delivery. It's a leading edge chance. And it's gone over him. And the ball will just trickle away to the boundary once again. Not quite able to judge that one. And another boundary for Parag. Well, at the moment it seems like nothing is going to get him out. That's the second time he's been very close to being caught in this game. And at the end of the 11th now, it is 109 for 2 for Somaiya. So this time playing that one down the ground, Hardik. And he's done the sensible thing of taking the single and giving the strike back to Parag, who is at the moment on 87. 87 of just 42. Just 13 short of an outstanding century, which he is looking for. This could be a really huge total if Parag can play throughout the innings. He's smashing everything at the moment. This time up against Bhavik, it's a low full toss. In fact, a Yorker length. He's nudged that one on the leg side. And this time it's beaten Hardik and also the wicket keeper. And it races away to the boundary for 4 byes. And Bhavik just cannot believe how has he missed that one. Very close to the stumps on that occasion. And another boundary in for the side. So 115 for 2. And this time the ball just skidding through. This time it's a full toss. And all he has done is just play it towards the fielder at short third. They're coming back for the second as well. There's good running between the two. So just the one more delivery left now in this over. And a decent one by Bhavik this one. He has Hardik on strike once again. He's picked that one up on the leg side. And he gets across for another single. So that closes out the 12th over with the score at 118 for 2 for Somaiya. So Munish continuing, who has taken the only breakthrough that they have taken. And this time a huge appeal. And the umpire says not out. Well, maybe the impact being outside the off stump. And this time just leaving that one, a very risky leave that one, because that could have gone on to hit the stumps. Once again, a huge appeal, and this time it is given. So Monish gets another one here, and they're three down now. The Somaiya. Hardik, who was struggling out there, has to depart now. It wasn't the best of the deliveries, and finding a thick inside edge into the hands of the wicketkeeper. Superbly taken that one. And another partnership was starting to look good, has come to an end. So 119 for 3 now after 12.2. So Milan comes in and smashes that one for a maximum straight away of his very first delivery. Well, it is an advantage to the left-handers now towards the leg side, the shorter side, and he's picked the low full toss up perfectly. And a six for him to start the innings. Just like Parag, this time hit hard straight to the fielder at long on. And this time a wide delivery. Well, they still have a plenty of overs left and they are cruising at the moment here. Once again hit hard by Parag. It's gone through and will just be a single. So an opportunity once again for the left-hander up against Munish. Well, the score is on 128 for 3 now. Milan on strike once again. Parag on 89. And this time he's defended that one. So a dot delivery to end the over at the end of the 13th. Now it is 128 for 3. Pareen comes in to bowl this 14th over, and Parag on strike, 89 of just 44 for him. Starts off with a wide down the leg side. Pareen, not the best of the starts. They have used up plenty of overs here, plenty of bowlers here. And this time the ball just keeping low, and Parag is surprised. How is that not given as a dead ball? The ball just going along the surface, and a dot delivery for Pareen. So Parag now on 89 of 45. Has hit that one hard. Finds the fielder at deep mid wicket, and a single taken. Moves into the 90s, and he's taking his time out there now. So Millen on strike for the first time up against the pacer. 200 definitely on the cards here for Somaiya. A swing and a miss on this occasion, but given as a wide by the umpire. It looked very close to the tram line, and they will take these runs at the moment. And this time it's picked up on the leg side and it's gone over the fielder at fine leg. And the second boundary here now for Millen. This time it will be a wide delivery. This time finding an inside edge and they get across for another single, scampering across on this occasion. And Parag not quite able to middle it for the last few deliveries. Been a bit edgy ever since he's been into the 80s. Now moves on to 91. And at the moment it is Millen who is striking the ball beautifully. He's got a couple of boundaries, a 6 and a 4 to his name. And Parag seems to be playing second fiddle in this partnership. This time a big swing and a miss. Parin having a stare at Millen. So that closes out the over at the end of the 14th now. It is 138 for 3, 10 coming off that one. This time hit hard down the ground and wanting to come back for the second, taking the full advantage of the misfield, and they get across quite comfortably. So moves on to 94 now and overthrows as well. He will move on to 95 with that one. Excellent piece of running, putting the pressure on the batters, on the fielders in fact. So it brings Millen back on strike and Parag moves on to 95. And this time a big swing and he's missed out on that one. Excellent delivery, that one by Janil, offering a lot of light on that occasion, and he was way early into that shot and misses out. And this time he's placed that one ever so well, and that will race away to the boundary. So Millen continuing to get those quick runs at the moment. So at the end of the 15th over now, it is 147 for 3 for Somaiya. So Pareen continuing here in the 16th over. Just the 5 more overs left in this innings. And hit hard, but not quite found the distance. And luckily for him, he's not timed that well. Otherwise, it would have carried to the fielder there at long off. So just a single. And he moves on to 96 now. 96 of his 50 deliveries. And Millen taking his time out there. Taking help from his fielders. This time a low full toss. And hitting that one down the ground for another single. And this time leaving that one, expecting the umpire to give that as a wide, but the umpire does not give it, just inside the tram line. So a dot delivery, a rare one up against Parag, who is on 96 at the moment. 96 of just 51, just a hit away from that magical three-figure mark. This time just moving across the crease, and Pareen not happy at all with the wide given by the umpire. Well, I agree with him, because the batter moved across, but it was just outside the tram line. It's the umpire's call in the end. And that's wide will also bring the 150 up for Somaiya. 150 for 3 after 15.1 overs. He hit that one hard, but straight down the ground to the fielder. And another single taken. So moves on to 97 now. A bit of a hustle happening there. And a bit of a sledging as well between the two sides. Good to see that kind of rivalry. So it's been a while since the last boundary. And Millen would be wanting to get the next one. He's found the inside edge onto the pad, and they get across for the single again. So an excellent over this by Pareen so far. Just the 5 runs, one more to come. So Parag on 97, a low full toss. He sent that one in the gap and that will go away to the boundary. And he gets a century, 100 of just 52 deliveries. An outstanding innings by him. He's made most of the runs here and he continues to play in similar fashion throughout, getting those boundaries in. He has really smacked the ball around today and he has shown a lot of class and character. At the end of the 16th now, it is 156 for 3. Still 4 more overs left with these two out there at the crease. So Munish continuing here in over number 17, and you would assume he will be bowling the 19th as well. And it's played down the ground this time. So it brings Parag back on strike, and you would assume that he would fancy himself once again after getting that century in. This time charging down the track, he's hit that one ever so hard. The sweet sound of the bat, but finds the fielder at long off, and a bit of a misfield will allow them to come back for the second. That's good running between the two. Once again, taking full advantage of the mistakes made by the fielders out there. This time offering a lot of flight. It's stood up in the air. Chance of a catch. Taken. And finally they see the back of Parag. An outstanding innings by him coming to an end. A well-made 103 of just 55. Going at almost 200. Well, a plenty of sixes in that 103. And you can see the opposition also congratulating him for his innings. We have seen an absolute exhibition out there by Parag. He is getting a standing ovation from his teammates, and rightly so. And with that wicket, they are slowly creeping back into this one, the JBCN United, who won the toss and elected to field first, if you remember. And 159 for 4 now. And Shalin comes in at number 6. Another wicket once again for Munish. Well, all 3 wickets are taken by Munish. Just the one wicket that was retired out. They sent Anish back to the pavilion because he was struggling a bit out there, and really an opportunity once again now for the JBCN United to put the brakes on the opposition. Another new batter at the crease. Can they get in a few dot deliveries and get him out as well? It's a low full toss. He's found the inside edge towards the fielder at fine leg, and a single taken. This time played towards Janil. Another single taken by Milan. So at the moment, keeping the scoreboard ticking. Charging down the track and once again very close to the stumps there. They are right on top at this moment. So 161 for 4 after 7 first over. And this time it's past the wicket keeper and the ball races away to the boundary once again. So not been the day for Brijeshwar. It's been given us 4 byes. It won't quite go to his account. This time charging down the track, but given us a wide by the umpire. So a few extras in this over. Once again, a swing and a miss. This time gets in a single. nudged on the offside, gets in a single. This time given as a wide. This time it's back to the bowler and a bit of a footwork. Won't quite get the connection that he wanted. So another single taken. This time given as a wide and a huge appeal for a run out, and it's been given by the leg umpire. Well, superbly done by him in the end. It was given as a wide, trying to get across, and the wicketkeeper doing well to hit the stumps and sending Millen back to his pavilion. So 117 for 5, 171 for 5 after 17.5. Still the 13 more deliveries left in the innings. So it seems like 200 is a bit difficult at the moment, considering the number of wickets that they have lost, as Bhavik comes in now at number 7, but he will be at the non-strikers end because of the run out. The bat is crossing, and he's picked that one up superbly well, Shalin, and he gets in a boundary. So that'll spoil the over here for the Jbcn United. An exquisite shot, that one through the offside. And at the end of the 18th now, it is 175 for 5. So Jainil continuing in the penultimate over of the innings. And he starts off by giving away a single. time a swing and a miss. Once again hit hard down the ground. And a single towards the fielder at long on. And he's kept it down to one. He's done well there. This time he gets underneath that one. Chance of a catch. Taken nicely. He's done well. Superbly held. He took his time out there to get to the ball. And a wicket in now for Janil. Tejas with the catch there. And they are six down now. Somaiya. So 177 for 6 with 8 more deliveries left in the innings. And it is going to be Lavish to come in at number 8. He's hit that one hard down the ground. Takes the single and gives the strike to the senior partner Bhavik. So just the one more delivery left now in this over. And it's a swing and a miss. So an excellent over by Janil coming to an end. And at the end of the 19th now, it is 178 for 6. So Vinay will bowl this final over and he starts off with a dot delivery. An excellent one up against Lavesh. And the Jbcn United have done a really good job here, keeping their opposition to somewhere around the 180 mark. They have got 5 more deliveries left, but 200 seems to be very difficult from here on. This time an outside edge, it's gone in the air and the ball trickling away to the boundary. So not quite what he intended. And this time a wide delivery. time it's looped up in the air. And once again, we'll just get a single there, Lavesh. He's missed out on that one. So just the three more deliveries left now. So getting a lead. Just the two more deliveries left. Once again, hit hard. He will find the fielder out there in the deep. And it will just be a single. So we head into the final delivery of the innings now. So the final delivery, and it's going to be Bhavik on strike. 186. They will not be happy at all at the moment. And a big swing and a miss once again. And he's been run out as well in the end. So a run out of the very last delivery. Not quite able to get the connection there, Bhavik. And they end their innings here at 186 for 7. At one stage, it looked like they will score somewhere in excess of 200. But instead, they have posted only a total, which is, well, just an okayish total in the end. It's a decent one. It is something very good to bowl at, but the Jbcn United batters will have a chance within themselves. 187 the target when we come back for the chase, and we will be back for the chase on the other side. So here we go then. Ball number one, and straight away starting off with the dot delivery. Shaleen with the new ball up against Akshay and Pranay. Pranay at the non-strikers end at the moment. So they will have to eye the leg side, the shorter side on the field at the moment. Once again played straight to the fielder at point. So a couple of dots to start with. This time drives that one, but once again finds the fielder. So not quite able to get off the mark yet. Taking his time out there. Well, they have posted a huge total here. The Somaiya 187 won't be easy to chase it down. But remember, the Jbcn United put them into bat here. This time very close to finding the outside edge, and the wicketkeeper couldn't quite collect that one, and they get across for a single. So they get off the mark. Well, it's come off a bye, but they get off the mark nonetheless. At the end of the game, it won't matter who got the runs. It will be the team that will be accounted for. For the first time, it brings Pranay on strike. And he's found the gap on the offside, but there is protection out there in the deep. So a single coming of that one, and he gets off the mark of his very first delivery, and he doubles the score too. So just the one more delivery left in this over. At the end of the first, the Somaiya were 16 without a wicket, and in response, totally opposite at the moment. This time bowling that one very close to the stumps. So another dot delivery to end the over. At the end of the first over, it is two without a wicket. So Yash is going to continue in the second over, and he, instead of a first slip, he's kept a fly slip there. Lavesh just pushed back a little, waiting for a latch shot just like that, but this time he's found the gap on the offside that will race away to the fence. So the first boundary of the innings, and no surprises that it's come off the bat of Pranay. Superbly hit that one, finding the gap and getting a move on here in this second over. This time he's picked that one up. Chance of a catch. Fielder getting underneath. Takes it. And that's the first breakthrough. And it's come courtesy of Yash. And Pranay will have to take the long walk back to the pavilion. He faced those two deliveries, getting a single of his first, getting a boundary of the second, and now has to go back to the pavilion, going for the big shot down the ground. It was a cross batter, never in control of it, finding the top edge and straight to the hands of the fielder at mid off. So 6 for 1 now after 1.2. So already in a spot of bother here, the JBCN United, and in comes Anshuman at number 3. They need to stitch a partnership here. Can't afford to lose wickets inside this power play. They've already lost one, and if they lose another one here, they will be in huge trouble. So this time a swing and a miss. So not quite able to get the middle of the bat of his very first delivery. And the pitch looks as if they need some time to settle in. This time played straight to the fielder. Once again tries that one, and a big call, and they get across. So Anshuman gets off the mark of his third delivery. This time given as a wide by the umpire. Once again playing that one officially. So another dot to end the over at the end of the second. Now it is 8 for 1. This time nicely defended. So two dot deliveries at the start of this over. The JBCN United once again defends that one nicely off the back foot. And this time pushes that one on the leg side. Excellent piece of bowling this. He's got four consecutive dot deliveries now. And the pressure at the moment is right on the JBCN United. The asking rate going up to 10.43 now. And this time it's a wide delivery and it's gone away past the wicket keeper as well. So five welcome runs here for the JBCN United. And that'll spoil the over for him. And they move into the double figures at the moment, the JBCN United. Anshuman letting that one go. And it's gone past everyone. This time a much better delivery. So at the end of the third over now it is 13 for 1. So Yash continuing here. It's a leg bye to start with. Well, not quite able to get the move on here at the moment. This time a thick inside edge and it's gone over the wicket keeper. Well, not sure why he was not running there, Anshuman. And in the end, they get across for a single. He was ball watching there for a second. He thought that it will race away to the boundary. Not quite so. And this time he plays it on the leg side and along the ground. And he gets in a boundary. So a boundary off the bat this time. And it is Akshay who gets off the mark with that one. time driven, and he's found the fielder in the deep. So another over coming to an end. There's still two more to come, in fact. Just the 20 on the board, trying to rebuild here the JBCN United. At the moment, continuing to struggle. Once again, a good sound of the bat, but nothing more than a dot. And the dot count keeps on increasing at the moment. This time a big appeal, but the umpire not interested. So 20 for 1 after 4 overs, and Yash continuing at a leading edge and didn't quite carry back to the bowler. So not quite able to get the middle of the bat at the moment. Once again, superbly bowled, and Shalin keeping things tight, continuing to keep things tight. Four consecutive dot deliveries once again for Shalin. The batters seem to be struggling to get those runs in at the moment. And this time it's given by the umpire. A huge appeal. And he's just not happy at all with the decision given by the umpire. They are two down now. And Akshay has to walk back to the pavilion. It's both the openers departing. Akshay, who was struggling out there, 5 or 15 for him. This replay will give us a better idea. There appeared to be a slight edge onto that one. Nicely held there by the wicket keeper. Well, in fact, it's the umpires converging and wanting to decide something on that one. But it seems like Akshay will have to go back. So they are two down now. 20 for 2 after 5. And The troubles keep on continuing here in this game for the JBCN United. So Bhavik comes in at number 4. Once again an outside edge, and this time the wicketkeeper couldn't quite hold on to that one. That should have been 3 down. Right on top in this game at the moment. Somaiya. A thick outside edge. The batter instantly guilty of looking that one backwards. Well, you just come to know that he's found the edge if the batter is watching the wicket keeper trying to collect it. And this time he's picked the back, picked the gap perfectly, and he gets in a boundary. So finally, some pressure released inside this power play. Well, they are going at just above 4 at the moment. They need to go in excess of 10, but that will help them. And a boundary here for Anshuman of his 14th delivery. This time hit hard, but straight to the fielder, and he's done well to stop that one. It was hit ferociously by Anshuman. This time a fuller length, and he's missed out on that one there, Anshuman. And another dot delivery for Yash. And this time just past the outside edge and given as a wide by the umpire. Once again, a big swing, finding an inside edge, and the ball racing away to the boundary. Well, in fact, there was no inside edge. The umpire calling that as byes. Another boundary. That's the second one of the over. 9 coming off it already. One more to come. Just the kind of the over that the JBCN United wanted. The asking rate above 11 at the moment. And just the one more delivery left now inside this power play. The power play which has totally belonged to the Somaiya team. Well, it was with the bat and now with the ball too. This time given as a wide by the umpire. So that will make it 10 of the over. One more to come. An over which can be a huge one. And a dot delivery to end the over at the end of the sixth. At the end of the power play, the JBCN United are 30 for 2. So it's an absolute wayward delivery to start with. And it's been given as a no ball and it's raced away to the boundary too. So 5 no balls. And now a free hit coming up. So an opportunity for a shift in momentum here after the end of the power play. Akshay in his very first over straight away bowling the free hit. And that one should be a wide and it is. Nicely left on that occasion by Bhavik who is yet to get to the mark. Well, never easy for the new batter coming in facing the free hit. But another free hit for him and he's coming around the wicket now is Akshay. So not the kind of the start that he wanted. He's hit that one in the air. This time hit hard towards the leg side. A single taken. that one go, but the umpire not interested in giving that as a wide. So 11 of the over. Once again played in the air. Chance of a catch maybe. Couple of fielders converging and he's taken it. What a good catch that is. He had a long way to run across from the long off region. And he's done superbly well to hold on to that one. The catch of the day so far. And they are 3 down now, the Jbcn United. Once again taking the aerial route. Not quite able to middle that one and superbly held on to it. Especially when the other fielder also getting across the long on one. And 41 for 3 now after 6.4. And he's done him of his very first delivery. Another wicket, 2 for Akshay. He started off with a no ball. And now he's doing a superb job out there. Taking 2 in 2, 41 for 4, the Jbcn United. And this innings seems to be heading nowhere. It was a full toss. And it went right through. So Akshay on a hat trick now, and it will be Ashish to face the hat trick ball, and it's a wide delivery. Well, not the kind of the delivery that he wanted to bowl, and he's missed out on a hat trick there. Well, that has been the kind of the story in this over so far. He's got wickets of the deliveries that haven't quite been the best of his, and now bowling a wide of the hat trick delivery, missing out on the opportunity. 42 the score. Then after 6.5, one more to come in this over. Hit hard towards the offside fielder in the deep, just a single taken. So at the end of the sixth over, now it is seventh over, now it is 43 for 4. So starting off by taking a single in the very first delivery of the next over. Bhavik into the attack here, outside this power play. Going for the big swing once again, and has he found the gap? Was superbly done there by the fielder. He saved certain 3 runs for his side, getting an outstretched hand to that one. What an excellent stop that is. Well, the fielding has been good for Somaiya so far. Once again, trying to play that one on the offside. Couldn't quite connect it. This time just missing his run up, and we'll have to reload there. Bhavik. I'm nudged on the leg side, taking a single across. So not much happening in the favor of the JBCN United at the moment. This time will be given as a wide. Once again, very close to that tram line, continuing to bowl that line. This time much closer to the stumps and nicely played towards the fielder at point. And another over comes to an end. Right on top at the moment are Somaiya. And another over coming to an end at the end of the eighth. Now it is 48 for 4, going into 6 and over. Akshay continuing after taking those couple of wickets. And he starts off with the dot delivery once again. He's picked this one up. And has it found the distance? Yes, it has. So finally a six, and it's the first one of the innings. And that will also bring the 50 up for the JBCN United. 54 for 4 now after 8.2 overs. Still a long way away from this target. 133 more required from 70 deliveries, and they need to go at a run rate above 11. The asking rate closing in on the 12, and with 6 wickets in hand, it's not going to be easy. This time getting across for a quick single. This time it's gone past everyone. That will go away to the boundary. So they're getting some runs in here in this over. Not quite where he intended, but another boundary. This time given as leg byes by the umpire. So trying to ease some pressure here. Once again it's hit the pad, and once again the ball is racing away. The chase is on. Two fielders combining, and they come back for the second once again. And a bit of a misfield, but they won't be taking the third run on that occasion. They kept it down to 2, and they move into 61 for 4 now. Still 126 away, but this has been a decent over here. 13 of it already. One more to come. This time hit hard through the offside, and he finds the fielder in the deep. So 14 coming off that one, and at the end of the ninth, it is 62 for 4. So Bhavik continuing here in the 10th over. At the moment, trying to rebuild the JBCN United, and they are doing a decent enough job, these two, at the moment. This time played on the leg side, getting across for a single. This time a big swing and a miss. Wanting to play the big shot towards the leg side. Trying to take that aerial route. They need to go at 11.81 from here on if they want to give themselves a chance to win this game. This time just past the outside edge. And the asking rate just keeps on creeping up with every single dot delivery. Now it's touched 12. 124 required of 62. They need 2 runs on every single delivery. It's time played on the leg side. And the ball races away to the boundary. So finally he gets the connection that he wanted. And he's played it nicely along the ground there. Picking the length early, playing it on a low full toss. And dispatching it to perfection. So that'll make it 6 of the over. One more to come. And he's trying to eat up for the dot deliveries. Those are bold. Bhavik. And this time the ball just keeping low and skidding through. So just the 6 of the over at the end of the 10th. Now it is 67 for 4 as we head into a short break. So a change of ends, and they need exactly 120 more in the last 10 to win. They have to go at 12 and over. Just the 6 wickets in hand, and this partnership going along nicely at the moment. Ashok and Bhavik. And it is going to be Rohan to continue in the 11th over. And he starts off nicely with a shorter delivery, trying to nudge it on the leg side. And this time punched down the ground, gets in the single. Once again, he finds the fielder. So not quite able to get the boundaries in once again. Just the one boundary in the last 3 overs. They have dried up a lot. They had one big over of 14, and after that, it's been very quiet once again. Trying to pick that one up on the leg side. A big appeal, but definitely going down the leg side. So dot count keeps on increasing. This time trying to swing that one through the offside. Once again into the hands of the wicketkeeper. So just the one run of the over. One more to come. It's been an excellent one by Rohan. And this time a slower, fuller length chance of a catch, and it's dropped. That was an absolute sitter. It was straight down his throat. It should have been taken, but instead they have dropped it, and straight away an apologetic hand. So that will make it 2 of the over. Won't quite get the wicket, Rohan, that is deserved. And at the end of the 11th now, it is 69 for 4. So it is going to be Bhavik to continue. And Bhavik will bowl to Bhavik. 118 more required from 54. He's found the gap this time past the fielder at short third. Well, that is a very safe area to play that kind of a shot. Trying to keep it along the ground. He's done that well and picks the gap. So not much of an effort used for that kind of a shot, just nudging that one. This time hit hard down the ground, a lot of effort, but just for one, and a bit of a misfield, but they decide against it. So it will stay down just to one. Nicely nudged this time, asking for a two, and they are coming back for a chance of a run out, and he's gone. He's well short of his crease. There was never a second that's totally stupendous there. And they have lost half their side here, the JBCN United. Excellent piece of work there by the fielder on the leg side. He was always going to fall short of the second run, and that's exactly what has happened. Superbly collected there, very quick to get onto the ball, and a perfect throw into the hands of the wicketkeeper, who just nudges the bail off. So 74 for 5 now, and the troubles for the JBCN United continue. In fact, 75 for 5. They had taken the single as well, henceforth the scoreboard moving in the northern direction. So absolutely catastrophic out there in the middle, and Jenny joins us, coming in here at number 7, and straight away given the strike by Bhavik. So Jenny will be facing his first delivery now. Still 111 away here, 111 required from 50 deliveries. It's a tall task in front of them. Remember, the JBCN United had won the toss, elected to field first. It's gone high in the air, catch taken, and they are 6 down now, falling like 9 pins at the moment. Once again, going for the big shot inside out. Couldn't quite get the connection that he wanted. And straight into the hands of the fielder at cover. And they are now 75 for 6 as Janil departs for a golden duck. So Chirag comes in at number 10 and straight away it struck the pad and a huge appeal. Well, the umpire says it was angling down the leg side, but it moved across as well. That looked very close to getting out. The ball just struck the pad. Well, maybe just maybe it was going down the leg side. It might have been the umpire's call. And At the end of the 12th over, now it is 77 for 6, still 110 away from victory. And Rohan continuing, and once again it's hit the pad, and the umpire does not give that one out too. Well, that one was even more closer than the previous one. Well, Chirag at the moment not quite able to buy a single. This time he gets across. Finally, he gets a run off his bat and a single taken. This time punched off the back foot. So just the one run of the over so far. And this time the wicketkeeper couldn't quite collect that one, and they get across for a bye. This time plays it down the ground. It's past the bowler, and they get across for another single. Well, but at the moment singles won't quite do the job for them. And this time it's gone past everyone. That's gone for 5 wides. So very unlike Rohan there, who has been right on the money from the word go. And total freebies, well, it should not really matter in the result of the game. But 5 wides always a dent in the bowler's archery. And he's picked that one up. And he's picked that one perfectly and safely for a boundary. Just over the fielder at fine leg. And a couple of bounces and trickles away in the end. So that will make them feel a little better at the moment. And at the end of the 13th over, now it is 89 for 6. Well, 89 for 6, and Bhavik will continue into his final over. And Chirag has done well to keep that one out. Once again, he takes the single and gives the strike to Janil. Well, they need less than 100 now. 97 more required from 41. The asking rate just a little above 14. And they basically need a miracle from here on with those 4 wickets in hand. It's picked up, picked back to the bowler. Chance of a run out once again. The throw wasn't quite on target. And they get across for a single in the end. So doing the right job here, trying to get as close as possible to the target. This time in the air, chance of a catch, and once again it is dropped. That should have been taken. It was a relatively easy chance compared to the others that were dropped earlier. It went high into the night sky, and he's dropped it in the end, which will allow Chirag to continue his innings at the moment. And this time it's down the leg side, just nudges the pad, and they get across for a leg by. Well, in fact, it's been given as wides. It wasn't quite a leg by, so a couple of more runs will be added to the total. And at the moment, trying to stick around here. This time he's missed out. And given as a bye on this occasion. This time hit hard, but it's gone straight to the fielder, and he's done exceptionally well to stop that one. It wasn't easy. So just the one more delivery left now in this over, with the score at 96 for 6 and Chirag on strike. And once again, Chirag has played that one in the air. Chance of a catch, and it won't quite carry to the fielder at long off. Yash on that occasion, and he gets across for another single. So taking his chances at the moment, Chirag, and that closes out the 14th over with the score at 97 for 6. So Bhavik continuing, well, in fact, Sunny continuing. He starts off by giving away a single, a change in the bowling this time, an opportunity for them to try something different as they have to go at more than 15 and over from here on, do the Jbcn United. So Somaiya can really finish this off quickly or try and do something different. This time a swing and a miss. So even Sunny bowling on the money here. Just too short of 100 at the moment. The Jbcn United a long way behind in this game. This time a thick outside edge and speed in the fielder at point, and that races away to the boundary. So that will bring up the 100 for Jbcn United. 102 for 6 in this 15th over. Trying to stick around in this game and trying to stay in touch with the asking rate. It has been a struggle here for the Jbcn United. can they get a miracle of an innings from one of these two at least? And this time a ram shot in, and he's played that one perfectly as well. That's gone away to the boundary too. Don't bother chasing that one. Some smart cricketing shots these at the moment. Playing it behind square, and not the best of the overs now for Sunny. 9 of the over. He has 2 more. 15 is the asking rate. Can he get those 6 more runs to stay in touch with that? Janil at the moment 15 of this 9. It's a low full toss, and he's beaten the fielder once again. That's a superb shot through the offside. 3 back-to-back boundaries, and Janil is trying to put in a valiant effort here for his side. So 13 of the over, one more to come. He's gone for the big one. Chance of a catch once again, and it won't quite carry to the fielder at long on, and they come back for the second as well. And that will make it 15 of the over, just exactly what they needed. And at the end of the 16th now, it is 112 for 6. 75 more required of the last 5 overs. So Rohan continuing into his third, and once again played in the air, and once again gone away to the boundary. So a series of boundaries here, and this time it's Chirag with one of those. So trying to stay in touch with the asking rate and is trying to stay in this game. This time a big appeal, but he moved across on the offside, definitely not out. The impact was way outside the off stump, and they get across for a leg by. So that single will bring Janil back on strike. This time a swing and a miss. And Chirag is sent back here. Chance of a run out. And he's well short of his crease. And finally they have broken this partnership. And they are 7 down now, the JBCN United. 117 for 7 after 15.3 overs. And they were trying to get back into this game. But at the moment, the struggles continue for them. Rohan continuing, and Janil with a big shot towards the leg side gets just a single. And he's got a new partner in Munish coming in here at number 9. Well, 69 more required. They have just the 26 deliveries and the 3 wickets at the moment. So Rohan continuing to come over the wicket to the left-hander, and Munish has hit that one hard down the ground, and he finds the fielder out there at long gone. So just the one more delivery left in this over, 7 of it already, and Janil back on strike. Can he make it a big one as well? Not quite. So a big swing and a miss. So a dot delivery to end the over. At the end of the 16th, now it is 119 for 7. So Yash coming around the wicket to the left-hander, and he takes a quick single across. This time a wide down the leg side towards Janil. Well, the left-hand, right-hand combination working for them, but it's too little, too late at the moment for them. Just 3.5 overs more left, 23 more deliveries, and they need 65 more from here on. A tall task, even for someone like Janil. And this time, very slow through the air. Munish couldn't quite judge that one, and a dot delivery. Once again, a ram shot attempted, but this time he finds the fielder there at fine leg. And he gets across for another single. So continuing to come around the wicket to the left-hander. And this time a wayward one. And once again, they have given away those 5 wides. And the score moves on to 129 for 7. They are still a long way away from this target, but some freebies here for the batting side. This time played in the air and not quite able to beat the fielder out there. So a single taken of the last delivery at the end of the 17th now. It is 130 for 7, requiring 57 more to win in the last 3 overs. So Rohan continuing into his final over, and he's cleaned him up. 8 down now. He's clipped the top of off, and Rohan finally gets the wicket that he was searching for. Finally a wicket to his name, and it is 130 for 8 now after 17.1 as Somaiya inch closer to victory. Once again going for the big heave. Well, he had no other option but to go for it, missing it completely and just clipping the bail at the top of off, and he's castled in the end. Well, at the moment the plan should be to get as close as possible to the target so that they can not really they can really avoid being hit on the net run rate. And he's cleaned another one up. Rohan, it's gone right through bat and pad, and that's the ninth one down now for the Jbcn United. Well, it's been a while. It should have been done much earlier, but Rohan gets 2 in 2, and once again we see another bowler on a hat trick now. Once again superbly bowled. It was a fuller length and right through bat and pad, and that's how you bowl to the tail enders. Pareen coming in at number 10 and going for a golden duck. So the hat trick ball coming up against the number 11, Breejish coming in, and as you can see, the field is completely up. They want him to get this hat trick desperately. Such is the team effort of the team Somaiya. No one out there at the boundary, and everyone inside the circle. Here we go, hat trick ball. And he's defended that one ever so well, Brijesh. He had a lot of pressure on him. He had to keep that one out, and he's done superbly well. A bit of an excitement all of a sudden in this game. This time, a chance of a run out at the bowler's end. Had he hit that one, that would have been curtains in the game. But instead, it's gone just past it, and another dot delivery. This time he nudges it. Once again, chance of a run out, and they scampered through in the end. Well, direct, it could have been curtains once again for Brijesh, but instead he's just managed to keep his bat down, and the ball clears the stumps. So just the one run of the over. Well, in fact, there's one more left, and Janil with an opportunity here to have a go at Rohan. So a single taken off the last ball, and he will keep the strike there, Janil. At the end of the 18th, now it is 132 for 9 for the Jbcn United. So it is going to be Anish to continue. He is going to bowl his first over. It's going to be the penultimate over of the game. The left arm off spinner coming around the wicket, and he starts off by giving away a wide. Anish, who opened the innings and was asked to be retired out, he opened the innings with an 85 run partnership along with Parag, and he scored just the 10 off the partnership of that one. And this time it's hit through the offside and it's caressed in the end by Janil. He's playing a very good hand out there at the moment. Superbly played that one past the fielder at point. An excellent square cut. So they need exactly 50 more to win. 50 more required of 11 deliveries. And it is an opportunity for Janil up against the part-timer. He's missed out on that one. Finding an inside edge. This time punching it off the back foot, but straight to the fielder. So Janil just playing out the remaining balls that are out there. Once again, moving across. And he's missed out. So 3 consecutive dot deliveries for Anish. A good comeback after being hit for a boundary. So now the game is beyond Jbcn United officially. Even if 8 sixes come by, they won't be able to get across. And that time it will be a boundary. Just the one bouncing into the fence. Picking that one up beautifully. Inside out. And Jenny enjoying himself out there, playing some shots at the moment. So just the one more delivery left. Won't be surprised if he goes for the single to keep the strike. Well, not quite so. He's gone for the big one. Chance of a catch. And he couldn't quite get underneath that one. And he gets the single. Well, that was a big chance to finish this game off. But instead, he takes the single. And that will close out the 19th over with the score at 142 for 9 for the JBCN United. Just the one more over left in this game. So Hardik will bowl this final over. And he starts off with a Yorkerland delivery and he gives away a single. So an opportunity for Hardik now to take a wicket up against the number 11 Brijesh. He's nudged this one on the leg side and takes the single. So just the 4 more deliveries left in this game. Janil wanting to pick that one up on the leg side. But another dot delivery. So another dot delivery. He's picked this one up nicely. And has it gone all the way? The umpire wanted to confirm. He's given that as a 6. So that will bring up the 150 for the JBCN United. 151 for 9. And just the one more delivery left. Janil with a decent innings this. 40 of this 26 for him. And one more opportunity for him to free his arms. Up against Hardik. Can he finish it off in style? Well, he's missed out on that one. He will just get the single of the final delivery of the innings. And the JBCN United finish here at 152 for 9, 35 runs short of this target. In fact, 34 in the end. And Somaiya, after losing the toss, have won this game by 34 runs. An outstanding performance by them, especially Parag scoring that century for the side. And in the end, after that one, it was very difficult for the JBCN United to get back into this one. So Somaiya winning this game by 34 runs in the Dad's Super Cup. And we will be back tomorrow with more cricketing action. Until then, goodbye.